Okay, so with these, it's the factor stuff. You guys did a lot of this stuff in math, yeah. So these have different, these would be things you might want to just put examples of on your cheat sheet when you're making it for the final. But what we're looking for first, in your math, they always had you check for this, is there a common factor? Like something that you can take out of all of the terms you see. And with the first one, there is. What can we take out of both of these pieces here? 5. And what else can we take out?
3.
No. X. You can take out a 5 and an X out of both of those pieces. So it's like you're dividing then by this 5x. So if you took this and divided by 5x, what would you be left with?
2x minus
2x, and then this one divided by 5x would be minus, what'd you say? 3. Good. And then every once in a while you can still factor this, but do you see how this is linear? It's just like x to the first power. Once it's linear, you're done, okay? So we don't have to do any more factoring, and we're good there. If we drop down to part C, because part C is easier than B, so if we drop down to here, check it for a common factor. Can I take something out of both of those? Yeah?
4 or 2.
You can take out a 4. You want to take out the greatest common factor, so we want to take out the largest one, so 4. Good. What would be left then?
x squared.
So it's like we divide this by 4, and then we divide this by 4, and we would get minus
4.
4. Good. Is this linear right now?
Yes. So,
No, it's still got the x squared, doesn't it?
what does it mean when it's linear?
Linear means it's like to the first power. So do you see how this is still quadratic because it's still got the x squared? So we want to still try to factor this down. And this is called difference of squares, which was in your math. Yeah, you had to do it several times. So what you're doing is it's like you take the square root of each of these. What would I get if I did the square root of x squared? X. So that's going to have an x in the front of both of these. And what's the square root of 4 going to give you? 2. So you put a 2 in the back of each of these. And then does anyone know what we put in the middle?
Plus and then minus.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter which one goes first, but one of them's a plus and one of them's a minus. And you don't leave the square roots on this up here. I suppose I can get rid of those. And what did I forget or write incorrectly about my answer?
4 up front.
The 4 has to sit out front, okay? If we were taking this answer and multiplied it out, we should get back to there. If the 4 is not sitting there, we're not equivalent, okay? All right, let's go over to part D, because part D is a little bit easier than part B. And part D came up first in your Mathia. So what we do is we take the A and C term. When you're doing these in Mathia, if you haven't done them yet, click on the optional stretch pad, okay? And they'll have you multiply the A and C term. What do I get if I multiply the x squared by the 21?
21x squared.
21x squared. So then you're trying to multiply to here, and then you try to add to this. So the 10x we're trying to add. Anyone tell me what would multiply to 21x squared and add to 10x?
7.
7 and 3. So 7x and 3x. So let's go ahead and write that here. 7x and 3x. Multiply to 21x squared, add to 10x, so that looks good. And then those are going to go in this here. So what we're trying to get is x squared, so that goes in the top left. And 21 will go in the bottom right. And then the 7x and 3x go in the blanks here. It doesn't matter which one goes where. So Matthew fills in the box, the top left and the bottom right for you, and then you have to figure out these that go here. Then what we're trying to do is factor out our greatest common factor. What can we take out of the x squared and the 3x? X. And then what would go over here? X, because we're trying to get that x squared. What's going to go down here if we're trying to get 3x?
Plus 4.
Just 3, right? Or plus 3 is fine. And this one up here is going to have to be what to make this all through? 7. So So then our factors are what?
X plus 3 parentheses, another parentheses, X plus 7.
If you have to switch on a test, is it gonna be wrong or is it okay?
It doesn't matter which way it goes, but your final is going to be multiple choice. So you'll just have to get your answer to match theirs. So theirs might say x plus 7, parentheses x plus 3. You know, it might be in the opposite order. It doesn't matter which order it's in, okay? All right, this top one here. Can I take out a greatest common factor?
No.
No.
I could not. So what we do is we start with multiply the a and c term. So if I multiply the a and c term, what do I get here?
You're gonna get
36.
36 x squared.
Okay, so we're trying to multiply to here. And then we're trying to add to here. Anyone tell me what does that?
6 and 6.
6 and 6, does that work with x's? Multiply there, add there, that seems good. So I'm going to go ahead and start the square here. So I put the 4x squared in the top left, and the 9 in the bottom right, and then I put these couple pieces in there, so 6x and 6x. Alright, what can I take out of both 4 and 6?
2x.
2, and then there's that x, good. So what's this one over here going to have to be?
2x.
Same thing, right? 2x. That would give me the 4x squared, and that's the greatest common factor of these guys, so that looks good. Now 2x times what? Would give me this. 3. And that's the greatest common factor of these ones. Biggest thing you can take out. What's this bottom one going to be? 3. So my answer is
2x plus 3 parentheses 2x plus 3.
okay, so you could write 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3, or I could write it like this, couldn't I? Remember, it's multiple choice for your final, so it might be written like this instead of having it written out twice. Make sense? But this would be the same as writing 2x plus 3 and another 2x plus 3. Okay? All right, so now go ahead and work on like 2 and 3 here.